It's time for some Montreal Canadiens COVID break news of the day. Hey, everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. All right, we got birthdays galore all over the place. There's 5 birthdays this week for the Montreal Canadiens players, and the first one is Cole Caulfield on January 2nd. Caulfield turned 21 years old. He's just a little baby. Anybody saying he's a bust is ridiculous. Cole Caulfield, 21 years old, and hopefully he'll be here when he has his 31st birthday. Why not? 10 years would be nice to see Cole Caulfield. Means he's successful, scoring goals for Montreal. Maybe we've even got a Stanley Cup by that time. On January 3rd, the day after, Ryan Poehling turned 23. So Ryan Poehling, 23 years old, also still young. Took a little bit longer than Caulfield to get here to Montreal, but he's here. I think he's going to stay here. And happy birthday, by the way, guys. Next, and that's today. Today was a big day. 3 birthdays today. That's January 6th. First one is Brett Kulak. We'll go with the older guy. Brett Kulak turns 28 today. The old guy here on the list. Alex Romanov. Alex Romanov. We'll kind of jumble him around. He turns 22 today. And Raphael Harvey-Pinard turns 23. So something must have been in the air that day. There are a lot of hockey players born. And that look at Romanov born in Russia. Something was in the air all over the world for hockey players that night. Montreal Canadiens made a big hire, a really good one too. And I say big, I mean not a GM, but they hired Chantal Machabée. Chantal Machabée, she has, let's see now. First of all, she is very, very well respected, well liked. She'll be an improvement over the previous guy. I think it's Paul Wilson, something like that. She has 20 years of experience, I think 20 years plus in the media, in sports media here locally in Montreal. And they hired her away from RDS, and she will be the Vice President of Communications. Vice President of Communications. Hopefully that means Montreal will be a little bit more transparent in their dealings with the, I want to say with the media and with the public and letting us know things that are going on. I just think it's a really good hire. And if you remember, they are interviewing a lot of people, a lot of women for the jobs that are available. And I think Chantal Machabée will not be the only woman hired this year or this season in management for the Montreal Canadiens. Watch and see. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up. But a really, really good hire, Chantal Machabée. If you guys remember Saturday's game against Florida Panthers, I don't remember what period, Cedric Paquette took a hit right in front of, honestly, I don't remember. I think it was Montreal's net, but it was probably the Panthers' net, by Sam Bennett. It was a hit that, it was to the head. I mean, it kind of, he was maybe aiming at the chest, but he hit him in the head. Paquette, I think he might have come back in the game, but didn't stay long. I haven't heard that he's out with a concussion or anything, but Bennett got a in-person interview, which meant he was getting suspended. He ended up with a 3-game suspension for that hit for 2 reasons. One, it was a hit to the head, clearly, and it was his second offense doing something like that. So Bennett gets 3 games for that hit on Paquette. The GM search here in Montreal has begun. The Habs have started to interview for the GM job. They've sent out requests to other, I think Florida. I'm not sure where Roberto Luongo is working right now. I think it's Florida. So I know Luongo, Matthew Darche. There's a couple of others they've asked the teams that they're working for permission to talk to them and interview them for the job. Apparently, they're looking at making an announcement in about 10 days. These interviews will be done virtually online. As I know Jeff Gorton is in the U.S., he's scouting Habs prospects in college and stuff down there. So, so they're saying that they're expecting the announcement to come in about 10 days. So that would be really good to get the GM in place pretty quickly, and they can start getting, getting ready for the draft, the upcoming draft. the deadline, more importantly, the trade deadline and things like that. And hopefully they'll announce pretty quickly after that whether it's going to be a reset, a retool, or a rebuild here in Montreal. I expect it to be a rebuild.
We want you to become a member of Talking Habs.
On the COVID front, this is just an observation. Not too many Habs have not gotten COVID yet. They announced 2 new guys going on today on the list. I know that Lehkonen, I believe, let's see, I have it here. Lehkonen, Hoffman, and Dauphin are off the list, but they're not able to practice. So we'll get to everything here. But my observation is Nick Suzuki, I think Mike McNiven, and I think Brett Kulak. Like, they're the only names I can think of the Habs players, and even McNiven, I mean, he's not a regular, that haven't gotten COVID. So if that's the case, and it is only Nick Suzuki, because I read somewhere that it might have been only Nick Suzuki, what's in his genes, and I don't mean in like his Wranglers or Levi's, that he didn't get it yet. Knockwood, Nick Suzuki manages to somehow avoid that. And of course, now that I'm mentioning it, then he'll get it. It'll be my fault. So the Habs have been completely shut down, that facilities, like everything, for a few days, and they were supposed to reopen, I think, today, or to have people able to start tomorrow. That's been delayed another couple of days, and apparently that goes through the 8th, which is Saturday, I believe, and so Sunday, apparently they'll be able to start opening the facilities. Players that are coming off the list will be able to start practicing, and they've got to get ready for the game on Wednesday in Boston. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know how many players there will be available to the team, but there's but by the next game, they're on the 12th. They're expecting to have Lehkonen, Hoffman, and Dauphin back in the lineup. They should be back in game shape and ready to be playing. The next group that's off of the list is Edmondson, Toffoli, but I believe Toffoli's injured, hand injury, and not expected back till February or March, February, because they're not going to the Olympics, or March. Petrie, Sherratt, Weidman, and Jake Allen, which would be good news to get a goalie back. But they won't be eligible to start skating till January 10th because they went on the list on the 27th. And I don't know, it's 10 days or 2 weeks they've got to be out. So they won't be in game shape within 2 days. They're going to need a little longer than that. So the Habs will still be very depleted, and they'll need a goalie to back up McNiven. They're talking about Kevin Poulin, who was the ECHL goalie. So I don't think he signed to an NHL contract. They'll have to do that for a game, I guess. And that's probably where we're at. So they'll be starting a stretch of 4 games in 7 nights. It was 5, and if you see it out there that it's 5 games. The game on Sunday against the Devils was here in Montreal. That's been canceled. So that game's out of there, and we'll look at that schedule right now. So on the 12th, the game was supposed to be here in Montreal, the Boston game. They moved that to Boston. They're playing on the 13th. They're playing Chicago. I'm supposed to be boycotting Chicago, but because of all this happening and everything, I think I'm going to do that Chicago game. The New Jersey game will be out, so there's no game on the Saturday. And then the 17th, they're in Arizona. I have a dentist appointment an hour before that game, so I won't be able to do that game. And then the back-to-back situation again on the 18th, they're in Dallas. They go on to Vegas, and then Colorado, and then Minnesota. So they're on the road in the States. That's not a problem as far as being able to play games. They're hoping by the 27th, 29th, 30th that they'll be able to have fans back in the stands, or those games will get postponed until they're able to do that. That's what they're doing with the Canadian games. If you can't have fans in the stands, you're not playing your home games until you're able to, basically. And that's the schedule there for right now. If you guys have been on Twitter and you saw this, and this is someone saying the Quebec government has locked together hockey goals to prevent children from playing outdoor hockey. This is a fake story. So if you saw that and you got all mad and all that about the government and blah, 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 and conspiracy theory, this and that, it's a fake story. This is what they do at night. they lock the nets up so that, less likely for people to use the rinks when they're not supposed to, or to steal the nets, I guess. And they unlock them during the day. So this is not a conspiracy. It's just a fake story for people on Twitter trying to make people mad. And it's just, it's kind of dumb. It's what they do. In my day, they didn't lock them up, but they do now because, it's a different day and age and people steal everything. Joel Edmondson. I think Joel Edmondson's going to stay through the rebuild. I have this in a video that I just put out, but I wanted to put it here because I think it's something that he said, and it's kind of a feel-good kind of a thing. This quote, I don't know exactly when this was, but I think this is a sign that he'll be willing to, whether the team decides they're going to want to keep him through a rebuild or not. I think he's going to be willing. This is what he said. My dad's going through a tough time right now. Right before we went into the bubble for the playoffs, I found out he's got lung cancer. To be able to share the news that I got traded to Montreal, it's always been his favorite team. It brought me back to when I was growing up at home and in his office. All of the walls are painted Canadiens colors. Me going to Montreal, it put him over the top. It's been exciting for us. You know what? I think this is a guy that'll would want to stay here. And, we need to keep some veterans. So if they do a rebuild, you got to keep some guys around for the younger players. I think Joel Edmondson will be one of ththose guys. And, it's kind of heartwarming, that thing. And, I mean, here's a guy who's motivated to want to be a Hab and stay here. He's got a good contract. It could be a good mentor, definitely. And, I think he'd be willing to stay here. It seems like his lifelong dream. And if his father's sick and, he might want to do that just to, might help his father just be happier. When you're happier like that, it's easier to fight something. It's a big fight with cancer. It's a lot easier when you're happy like that. So, I think Joel Edmondson will remain a Hab. So that's my prediction there, and that's my news for the day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Leave a comment in the comment section about anything that I was talking about. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe, which I'm going to put in here right now. Stay safe till the next one. Peace out, y'all. And I'll see you soon.
Subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, check out that video over there.